Hey, it's your girl Hokalani and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to the video or the series, this is the no spending January video challenge. And this video I'm going to be doing for you now is going to show you how to cook and prepare some of these meals. Just some tips and tricks to make your meals stretch a little bit longer after the budget haul we just did. I'm going to introduce you to some few clips from the previous series. Well, not the series, but the previous clips from the previous entries. So you can kind of get up to date if you're just tuning in and this is your first time seeing me for this challenge. All right, you guys. So once again, this is Hokalani. Give your girl a like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for the rest of the video.
I have no idea what you... Ma'am, you can't... Oh, shit!
Grab a seat. What? No spending January are going to be base essentials only. So essentials only is basically meaning food, you know, mortgage, rent, your house, no impulse purchases, meal plan. Like I was saying earlier, some people don't have this. I think you do. Okay, like for example, doing a week's worth of shopping at Publix. Now, obviously, you don't have to shop at Publix. This is going to be the closest store near me. You might be like, girl, you look like shit. I know. Keep up. Now, obviously, I know that I only have one kid, but I grew up in a house with 7. So I know how to make something stretch. If y'all want to live off of junk food, that's your business. I usually get this pack, Cornish hen.
Hi.
Hey you guys, so now that we're back from the briefing from the previous videos in the series, we're gonna go ahead and prepare some meals and show you how to stretch with that previous haul from Publix. Here we go. So with the previous haul, this is the chicken we got. I'm gonna go ahead and show you what it looks like once I go ahead and take it out of the package. I had no idea it cut the price of the package off. I'm so sorry. It was $10.95. And with this technique I never even thought about before. My brother mentioned it. He was like, you know, the thing we like when you cut the chicken up, that actually saves money too. I never thought about it, y'all, because that's just something we did. But if you are Caribbean, African, you know what I'm talking about when we chop the chicken up 2 ways. So this is going to make it stretch even longer. So stay tuned. So now I'm going to go ahead and get the chicken washed. It takes me a little bit longer because I'm going to go over any feathers that may be left on the chicken. This is vinegar I'm using because I don't have any limes right now. We use them all for limeade, so so I'm gonna go ahead and clean them and wash them thoroughly, and you'll see the results of that dirty water once I'm done. I guess sometimes people don't realize how many hands things go through before they reach you. Did y'all see that water? That water's nasty. I don't care what nobody says. You could say, oh, it's gonna die, germs are gonna die when you cook it. Listen, I don't care. There's germs that remain dormant until it's until it enters your body. There's germs that the heat does not kill. Like, I don't know why people say that. All right, so here is my cutting technique. I am used to this, so this might take you a little bit longer than I do. I know a lot of y'all feel like I don't have time, but it usually takes me 1 poof and the bone is broken and I cut it in half. So this turns my $10 chicken into $5 chicken and my $5 chicken into $2. Just that quick. This is a very common thing in Caribbean households, African households, Creole, I don't know. Depending on your culture, but you know what to do when you see me doing it. So you're going to cut all of that chicken into halves like me doing now. When I tell you this is a lifesaver when it comes to a bigger household, I only have 1 child, but this could be something that saves you a lot of time and effort when you have more than 1 kid. 2 packs of this chicken for $10 literally stretches very long if you see how I'm going to prepare it. Let's stay tuned. So right now what I'm doing, and I'm going to go ahead and separate the chicken. I'm making literally 3 different meals out of just this 1 pack of chicken. So I'm separating the amount. There's no specifics to the amount because it looks like it might not be enough to fill you up, but trust me, this will do the trick. Now right now I'm going to go ahead and put the chicken and prep it. This is just an easy, clean way for me to do it. This is an industrial size Ziploc bag. Don't ask me where I got it because I literally stole it from my old job I used to work at when they were going under new management. So yeah, this is green sauce. Any Caribbean person knows what this is, or Hispanic. It's the Holy Trinity plus a little bit more spices. Some adobo, some of my Cajun seasoning, like I said, Creole. Some dash, you can't go wrong with a little bit. And this is one of my favorites. It's onion butter. It's a very subtle taste. It actually enhances the flavor. So I like to use that better than salt. And then I'm going to go ahead and mix that, marinate it in the bag, and let that sit. This is typically what I like to do with my meats. I marinate them and let them stay in the fridge, usually about 2 to 3 days before I cook it. If it's going to be longer than the next day, I freeze it in the same industrial Ziploc bag. So here's me prepping it and getting the other meat out to go ahead and get marinated just like the first one. So once again, the same industrial Ziploc bag, but this recipe is going to be for some curry chicken. Now, if you don't know how to make curry chicken, it can be up to you, but look, this is my recipe. So a little bit of green sauce, like I said, any Caribbean person can tell you what that is. Some adobo. A little bit of Miss Dash. Of course, the curry powder. We prefer grace, but I don't have any grace, so I'm going to use the mild right now. Once again, the onion butter. Love this seasoning, and I'm going to let that marinate. This one is going to go in the fridge for from 2 days from now. So I'm going to let this marinate, and we're going to take it out in 2 days because the chicken I made now should last us a little bit. Remember, y'all, I have one child. Right now, what I'm doing is I'm going to prep my greens. So this is my recycled bag. You didn't really get to see it in the frame. Sorry. That bag holds all of my veggies, so my green peppers, bell peppers, garlics, etc. And that's my little bag of potatoes, which I'm going to add for the curry. So right now I'm going to go ahead and chop up the Trinity and get that going. Y'all, do not cut child veggies like this. It's just a habit. If you know, you know. All right, so all the veggies are done. I'm going to go ahead and add that to the bag with the curry because I'm going to go ahead and put that directly into the fridge once we're done. So let me go ahead and add that and then add it to the fridge and we'll be right back. Alright, so let's go ahead and get the chicken that we're going to go ahead and be cooking now. So this is the fried chicken we marinated earlier. This is some rice flour. You can use regular flour, child. I just like the rice because it's thinner. And you can add baking powder. Is it baking powder? Yeah, baking powder to it to make it a little bit more flakier. I don't have any baking powder right now, so I'm going to go ahead and use my rice flour and go ahead and get that nice and marinated and fully coated. Now you can see why I prefer to use the bags because look how less messy this is when it comes to, frying, baking, marinating, etc. You see why I prefer this way. So I'm going to go ahead and shake this up and get it fully coated. So now that they're in the pot, you see how nice of a brown layer they get with this rice flour. It's just a peeve of mine. I love when it's nice and crunchy but not too much flour. You want the flavor to taste good, and I feel like the rice flour does a good job. Personal preference. So I'm flipping them now and I'm getting them ready. I'm going to actually be extracting a few of these to make another meal, and we're going to go ahead and see that later. So right now I'm going to go ahead and take out a few to add to another batch of fried chicken. So right now I'm taking out a few pieces of the chicken. This is actually a lot for me and my daughter. I'm going to smother half, and then she prefers just the fried chicken. So she's going to have her fried chicken, and I'm going to go ahead and smother me half of this chicken. And if you don't know what smothering is, just stay tuned. I'm going to show you how to smother some chicken. Now, if you were watching the other series, you saw what was in my fridge in the beginning. This corn was there already. I'm going to go ahead and prep my area for the lettuce, which you saw me get at the haul from Publix. So this is the lettuce we got. We're going to go ahead and chop that up, as well as the cucumber we also got. Alright, so now that I'm finished with the salad, you guys, I like spring salads. My daughter likes iceberg. No judgment here, but this is still something that's going to get you a nice meal for a less budget, okay? Okay. This is her plate. I forgot to film mine because honestly I was so tired and I ate, but yes, this was less than $5. Literally. And this filled me up. Well, filled her up. So now we're preparing the second portion of the meat you saw me take away earlier. This is going to be for my smothered chicken. Yep, this is for me. Now I'm going to go ahead and saute my Holy Trinity. If you don't know what Holy Trinity is, it is, you know, carrots, onions, bell peppers, etc., whatever your flavoring would be. So I'm going to go ahead and saute that down. Now this is roux. It's typically going to be a base for your gravy, a thickener, if you will. I made mine homemade. You can literally buy it in a jar at the store. Some people like it brown. This is a typical white gravy roux. And what I'm going to do is saute that. It's going to get a little clumpy at first because of the container. It's basically flour. And then I'm going to add the meat and then add some water and let that simmer down. Basically, that's just a thickener for your gravy. Now that looks delicious. You can honestly pair this with some gravy, some mashed potatoes, whatever the works. I just paired it with the corn, and honestly this with a little bit of gravy, and I passed out. I forgot to fill my plate. I'm so sorry. So that was showing you 2 meals out of half of a pack of chicken. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the second curry chicken marinade from 2 days later. So this is 2 days later. We're going to go ahead and get that cooked. I'm going to go ahead and give them each a spin. I typically like my curry chicken to be a little roasted on certain sides, a little burnt here and there with a little bit of golden. Once I spin it and I make sure it's nice and, sauteed, I'm going to add the rest of the curry gravy from the marinade, so the potatoes and the Holy Trinity, and a little bit more green sauce. I'm also going to add some thyme in this, which is traditional, and a little bit of scallion. The scallion will be cut, but I'm just going to show you what it looks like out of my fridge because I have a fresh stump in there. Now for curry chicken, you can pair this with whatever you want. Macaroni, corn, salad, whatever you want, rice. This, I'm going to use some macaroni that I got from the store. I didn't film it, so I didn't want to include it because it didn't count for the haul. But I basically got the 2 for $5 box of Velveeta mac and cheese because my daughter loves it. This trick is usually, we do this, I don't know why we do this. I never asked, but I know it usually turns like a regular pot into like a pressure cooker. So we do that with the rice too. So it keeps the heat in there. It's just a trick we do. You don't have to do this. This is just something I do when I cook. Look how beautiful. So I would pair this with the macaroni, a little bit of cabbage, and the gravy with a little bit of rice. I don't really go crazy with the rice, but yeah, a little bit of gravy with the rice, some cabbage, and you're good to go. Enjoy. Thank you so much, you guys, for tuning in to my budget haul. This is all under my budget of $500. I hope to see you guys in the future videos. Please make sure you give your a like, comment, subscribe, and I have more coming. See you guys in February.